Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to DaveyJ Today. I'm your host, DaveyJ, and today, well, I'm broadcasting here live from my place of employment at the news studio right now. So I am in what's called an editing suite, so it's perfectly proper for me to record a YouTube video in here in a very professional setting. Let's start off just by talking about Daryl Dixon, Season 1, Episode 1.
I'm Johnny Abrahams, and you're watching DaveyJ Today.
You're watching DaveyJ Today.
Tom Arnold. Tom Arnold here. Are we rolling?
Can I get a You're watching DaveyJ Today?
You're watching DaveyJ Today. You're watching DaveyJ Today. All 200 of you. Yeah.
Thank you, Davey, 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 Davey.
I ended up watching this episode for the first time, not really paying full attention to it, and by the time it was over, I thought it was really boring. So I think that's why it's key that you need to pay attention to this episode, because after watching this again, it's excellent. I'd be willing to say that this is probably the best Walking Dead spin-off they've developed so far. I mean, when you're talking about The Walking Dead World Beyond or Fear the Walking Dead, of course, the first 3 seasons of Fear the Walking Dead is fantastic, but we all know what the disaster is for seasons 4, 5, 6, and 7. It's just been terrible. But I think we can safely say that Daryl Dixon is headed in a very positive direction. They planted a seed for a really good story, and I heard Make a Path Presents YouTube channel talking about the first episode, and he kept comparing it to The Last of Us, and it kind of is similar to The Last of Us.
HBO's The Last of Us is doing well. Quick, let's rewrite and let's rearrange the Daryl show, and let's turn Daryl Dixon into, Joel Dixon, basically Joel from The Last of Us. And that's what we're getting. I don't believe for a second, not for a second, that someone actually sat there and went, hey, I have this great idea for an escort, a post-apocalyptic escort story where this person is real hesitant, doesn't want to, but eventually escorts, I don't know why I'm saying that word weird, escorts this kid across certain dangerous land, and they grow a bond, either friendship / father figure. They even mentioned it in this episode. I don't believe for a minute someone thought of that without ripping it from The Last of Us, being like, man, it really did well. It'll fit Daryl. Let's steal some of that. So I think they definitely were like, let's rip off The Last of Us. It's doing well. Hollywood always does that shit. They always fucking do that.
Older father figure type in the apocalypse meets a young boy and or girl, takes them across the country on a mission through scary zombie flooded infested terrain. And yes, it's very similar to The Last of Us, but I don't think The Walking Dead writers and producers are that unoriginal that they'd make it exactly like The Last of Us. So one thing I know for sure is that I love The Last of Us, the TV show and the video game. Oh, the video game more. The TV show is fantastic. The video game is legendary. So if they go that route, being just like The Last of Us, I have no problem with it because I enjoy The Last of Us. So we'll have to see what they do. This episode starts off with Daryl Dixon showing up on shore on the top of a boat. Not inside of a boat, but passed out on the top of a boat. It's really bizarre at first. It's like this establishing shot from the bottom of the ocean, and you see the boat floating on the water going like this, and then of course Daryl gets out of the boat and his mouth is dry, he's looking for water. There's a couple zombies around, but you don't know right away that it's France, but it's definitely not an American beach that he finds himself upon. And then he makes his way to this village, and I think it's like a nunnery. I don't know if that's what you call it, a nunnery. But you got these post-apocalyptic nuns, and they're all living together on some kind of sacred land. And then we quickly see that Daryl has issues with a couple survivors.
Monsieur?
I'm sorry, I don't understand you.
who ended up giving him food, but then ultimately end up robbing him and smacking him oops upside the head. He obviously makes him pay and ends up killing these other people. He gets in a fight with this other group, and later on in the episode, the people from the other group that Daryl Dixon attacked comes by and they're like, "What happened to my brother?" And they're like, "Oh, this one guy did it. He has the wings on the back of his vest." So they start looking for Daryl, and where is Daryl? Well, he's at this nunnery, right? And he's making friends with a bunch of these nuns who end up telling him that there's this child living there and that he could be the Messiah. Do they think he's the second coming of Jesus? I have no clue at all.
He sees into people.
We used to have a kid like that in grade school. He used to get his ass kicked a lot.
We'll have to see. It's only the first episode, so it's still early yet. One of the other cool parts that I loved about this episode is right at the end, there's this epic battle, and there's muskets and blunderbuss, and we're obviously at a point in the zombie apocalypse many years after it started where people don't have normal bullets or guns anymore, or normal weapons, so people make homemade weapons.
Can I borrow this?
There's a lot of muskets going around, like musket stuffers, stuff the balls down there and have the gunpowder that goes, I'm assuming a lot of it's homemade, but it's like 16th and 17th century blunderbuss guns, and Daryl gets to shoot a zombie like, so it's pretty cool. And obviously he's super skillful with a knife. Takes a couple zombies and people out like that. Unalives a few people, as they say. And yeah, I just really enjoyed this episode. Like I said, on the first watch, I thought it was kind of slow. So coming into this, if you think it's really slow, I don't blame you.
I'm sorry, I don't understand you.
But it really picks up at the end, story-wise, action-wise, the whole nine. And I just think it's really well written. Now, the introduction, which, you know, The Walking Dead prides himself on really good production and good music, but I don't think the introduction video is that good. Obviously, the intro for the original show is fantastic. You got Bear McCreary doing the music for that show, and it's excellent. So this leaves a lot to be desired as far as music is concerned. Now with the score is okay, but the intro music, I could take it or leave it. So yeah, I'm really excited for episode 2. From the time I'm recording this, which is Sunday, it's about a week after episode 1 released. So episode 2 is tonight. So what I'll do, hopefully I won't be as busy next time, and I'll get my review of episode 2 out a little sooner, so y'all can check that out. I've been very busy lately with work, and I'm getting ready to go to Los Angeles for Halloween 45 Years of Terror convention in Pasadena, California, which is coming up in a few short days. I believe like a week and 3 days. I'll be heading out to California on the 28th, so I'm super excited about that. I'll obviously be doing plenty of YouTube videos, filling you in on film locations. I'm going on a movie tour. I'm going to meet a ton of celebrities. So hopefully I'll get some really cool and unique, fun celebrity interviews as well. So I'm hoping that goes well. I'm looking forward to it. That's what's in store for the future of my channel, DaveyJ Today.
I'm sorry, I don't understand you.
So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon, Season 1, Episode 1. And I can't wait to see Episode 2. That's all I have. If you want to chat with me or have a discussion, comment below. Let me know what you think of the episode. Did you like it? Did you think it was a little slow? I thought it picked up really well at the end of the episode. What did you think about the episode? Let me know in the comments below. Well, that's all I have to say. I've said my piece. Now it's time to hear yours.
I'm sorry, I don't understand you.